Hi all, my name is Mahesh Kumar Vaka. I am working as Senior Software Engineer in Evoke Technologies, Hyderabad. In this session, we will understand about how to download and install Eclipse IDE. When I am saying IDE, it stands for Integrated Development Environment. So what are the benefits of using this IDE and why Eclipse is considered? I will tell. So for now, let's go ahead and start downloading the Eclipse IDE. So just go to Google and just type in Eclipse download for Windows because I'm using Windows. I'm going ahead with Windows. So if you can type it this way, you'll come up with some search results. And in that, go for the first link wherein we are going to download from Eclipse website. So here, directly go to this page and see that we have the latest version, Get Eclipse IDE 2022-03. Here you can download it, and once you click on the download, you'll have an exe file downloaded. I have already downloaded it. You can see that here, Eclipse installation JRE Win64. That's how it is. So if you are done till the installation part, if you are done with the download part, we will go ahead for installation part. So here I have mentioned it as Eclipse IDE for Java developers. So in Eclipse, there are multiple ways or multiple programming language developers can use that. But for now, we will focus on using Eclipse for our Java development work. When it comes to benefits of using an IDE, what IDE makes is it will provide an environment for us to, just like the notepad, we are using the notepad, right? In that we are typing our programs. Without that, I can just use the IDE and just type in the programs. And for compilation and execution part, we are going to the command prompt and using the commands Java C or Java, and then trying to compile and execute our programs. Using IDEs, it's just a click, and we will be able to compile and execute. And also, there are many other features like uh, selecting the debugger, or also having some features like autofilling of the code, and be able to understand where we are doing incorrect things. So things like that will make our life easy. So as Java developers, it is a good start to start with Eclipse IDE because its user interface is pretty much simple. So we will take a look at that once we go through the installation part, and we will write a sample program just like the way we write a hello world. If I if I click on it, just run it as an administrator, and then just go ahead with the further clicks, and you'll be able to install the Eclipse software. So we see a pop-up, just let it run, and we will have some options displayed, and there you go. We will get something like Eclipse IDE for Java developers. It can be used for enterprise Java and web developers. That is nothing but the JE or J2EE. So for now, we will just write simple programs. For that, I'm using Eclipse IDE for Java developers, the first option. If I click on it, I'll get some options here. It's already showing Java 11 plus VM, and in that it is already showing the JDK path, right? And also it's showing the installation folder. It is showing something default. If we want to set it up in our own way, we can still give our own personal folders or wherever we want it to have. I'm leaving it default. If you want to customize it, you can put it your own folder. And also there are some other checkpoints wherein it will give create start menu entry and create desktop shortcut. These things are pretty much common, so that we need not search. We'll have a desktop shortcut. So I'll leave those things as is and click on the installation button. So if I leave it, it will happen. The installation will happen, and we should be able to see some folders or some icons. Here I have mentioned desktop shortcut icon, right? So I should be able to see the shortcut for this. So if I click on it, I should be able to open the Eclipse IDE. So apart from that, uh, when we are using IDE, we will have the option to write programs and also the debug it. So let's say I have written a very big program and I'm not sure in which line I did a mistake. So for understanding that, the debugger in the IDEs will help us. It will allow us to do things line by line and be able to uh, focus on the error or the incorrect things which we have done. So here the installation part is complete. So I have some buttons over here. I'll just launch it. So we will be seeing the Eclipse IDE getting launched. So here we will be going through a simple Hello World program. So here, once the installation is complete and once we are opening it, we are seeing something called as workspace. I used this word workspace already in my previous sessions. So workspace is something like wherever we want to store all our work. And let's say I'm developing multiple projects. I want all my projects in some workspace. So for that, I use the workspace. So I'll give the default workspace. If you want, you can customize it by giving or selecting your own folder. For now, I'll leave it as is and launch it. So now the Eclipse IDE is getting started. So once it's done, we will be able to see some options wherein we can create a Java project or create a package and write classes and also compilation and execution. All these things we can be able to see. So here the window is open and here you see there are multiple options. Here it's asking to review the configuration settings and also it's asking to create a hello world application and a new Java project if you need. And there are multiple other options. We will see those things in further sessions. But for now, we will focus on how to create a Hello World application. If you don't even know how to start with, you can just click on this Hello World application. And in the right side of it, we will be able to see a window. Therein, you can just go through each of these steps and what things are mentioned over here. I'll explain the same thing in simple words. So here for us to create a Hello World application, first of all, I need to create a project, right? So for that, we have some custom options here. So here you see that create a Java project. If I click on it, so it will open a pop-up and in that I can give the project name. Let us say I'm giving the project name as integration world. Okay. And then you see the bottom, you see that there are the location of that particular project. And also there are multiple options like JRE, what is the installed JRE or something that is used by this project or this IDE. And also we have something called as project layout. In this, the default layout is to have separate folders for sources and class files. When I'm saying sources here, it is about the source code files. And classes are the compiled versions of the source code files. And we will just click on next and be able to see the structure of the project. So here once I click the next button, you have seen here integration world is something that got created here and the structure of the project is something like this. In that we have seen SRC folder popping up. So that's how IDE is working. It just is creating the required folders for us. For now it's just uh, creating SRC folder. There are multiple other options on which libraries to use or how to import and export things. All these things will be dealing in the further sessions. But for now, you also see some other options, whatever are mentioned here. The important thing is to see the default output folder. The output folder means somewhere the class files are stored. Once we execute it, the class files will be present there. So integration world / bin, we will be showing that folder. For now, we will go ahead and click it. And here it's asking whether to create a module or not. We will not go for modules right now. That's for bigger projects. For now, we will just go ahead with simple source files. So here, once the project creation is complete, we will just see the JRE system library. This comes default if Java is already installed. So I will go ahead and click the SRC folder and then right click on it, and then we will be able to see the first option, new, and in that new we will be creating a package or a class or interface or something of our need. So for now I will go ahead for creating a class. So in that we will see the source folder here and the package name here, and we can create the name of the class. Let us say I'm using the class name as Java Learning. So you also see some other options here like modifiers. Like because I already told that the default or the most used thing for a class is public. So public is defaultly selected, and we see something called as superclass as java.lang.object. So java.lang is a package and object is a class. Just like our Java Learning class, object is also a class. So don't be worried about it. I'll tell about those things, superclasses and subclasses and interfaces, all these things. For now, we will go ahead, and also for our class we need the public static void main, right? So we will click on this option also. If I just click it, that will be popped up in my program. So I will just click finish, and then I can see that without typing, I can see these things showing up in my program. So whatever we want to do in this one, we can do here. So also to maximize this appearance for you, I will go to the window and go to the appearance, uh, or I'll go to the preferences and then go to general, then click on appearances. I'll increase the font so that we'll be able to see it in a bigger way. So for that, in basic, we have the text font. So I'm going to edit it and I'm going to put it to 20. Okay. So I'm clicking on apply and close. Yeah. I'll close all the other options, and I'm just typing in something here. So let us say I want to type a print statement. I can just go to this uh, and I can just use welcome to Eclipse. So that's what I'm printing in my print statement. So you see here, if I am typing something wrong, there are already we are seeing some red mark there. So we can avoid those things and understand if we are doing something wrong during compile time or before the compilation of the program. Okay. So if I get save it, what I have to just do is I just got to right click on it and then go on run as option and then run it as a Java application. If I just click on it, you can see the output. But earlier we used to use Java C command, and also for execution we used Java command. Those things are not needed. That's what IDE helps us in. So we'll just use clicks and we will just make the programs development faster and easier. So that's all for this video. Please complete installation of the Eclipse so that in the further sessions we will continue with Eclipse only. So hope you learned something out of it. Consider subscribing this channel if you liked it, and also post any questions in the comment section. Thank you.